huge, huge void, which this lifetime we'll never be able to fill. Nothing can ever fill that. But I did begin to see Arushi in a lot of girls.
On August 15, 2023, the city of Agra, India, was bustling with its usual energy. Tourists flocked to see the majestic Taj Mahal, street vendors filled the air with the aroma of local delicacies, and families carried on with their daily routines. However, amidst this seemingly normal day, a tragic event was unfolding, one that would shake the entire community to its core. Arushi Patel, a talented 16-year-old girl with a bright future, left her home that afternoon with a simple goal: to shoot a music video by the poetic Yamuna River. But as night fell and she did not return, what began as a minor concern for her family quickly turned into a nightmarish ordeal. 2 days later, their worst fears were realized. Arushi's lifeless body was discovered partially buried in mud on the riverbank, not far from the Taj Mahal. The horrifying state of her remains, bruises, strangulation marks, and clear signs of violence pointed to a brutal crime. Who could have done this? What led to this tragic event? And most importantly, would justice be served for Arushi Patel? In this video, we will dive deep into the chilling details of Arushi's case, the investigation, the suspect, and the quest for justice that followed. Who was Arushi Patel? Arushi Patel was born on September 14, 2006 in Agra, Uttar Pradesh, India. The only child of Rajiv and Sunita Patel, she was raised in a loving middle-class family. Her parents described her as gentle, hardworking, and ambitious,
What about you, Arushi?
always striving to excel in whatever she pursued. Living on the outskirts of Agra, Arushi's life was simple yet filled with dreams. She was a student in class 11 at a prestigious high school in the city, known not only for her academic excellence, but also for her exceptional musical talent. Since childhood, Arushi had been deeply fascinated by traditional Indian music, particularly the sitar, a classical instrument of great cultural significance. She dedicated hours to perfecting her craft and often performed at school events. Her dream was to become a great musician, someone who could inspire people through her art. But music was not her only passion. Arushi also had a deep love for painting and poetry. Her artwork, often featuring serene landscapes and daily life scenes, was praised by teachers and classmates alike. She always carried a sketchbook with her, filling its pages with ideas, dreams, and poetry, many of which remained unfinished. Despite her introverted nature, Arushi was known for her kindness and willingness to help others. She was the pride of her parents, who supported her every step of the way. Her father often mentioned how responsible she was, always keeping them informed about her whereabouts and returning home on time. However, on the fateful afternoon of August 15, 2023, Arushi left home with her sitar, a small bag containing her phone, wallet, and a bottle of water, never to return. The disappearance. At around 5:00 p.m., Arushi left her house, excited about recording a video of herself playing the sitar by the Yamuna River. She was preparing for an online music competition and wanted the scenic riverside backdrop for her performance. She met her best friend, Priya, at the riverside. The two spent time chatting, recording footage, and enjoying the peaceful ambience of the setting sun. By 6:30 p.m., Priya had to leave due to prior commitments at home. Arushi, however, decided to stay a little longer to complete her recording. That was the last time Priya saw her friend alive. By 9:00 p.m., when Arushi still hadn't returned, her parents grew anxious. They tried calling her, but her phone was unreachable. This was unusual, as Arushi was always responsible and punctual. Growing increasingly worried, her father, Rajiv, contacted Priya, hoping she might have some information. Priya informed him that Arushi had chosen to stay by the river alone after they parted ways. Without hesitation, Rajiv and Sunita drove to the Yamuna riverbank, calling out for their daughter and searching frantically under the dim glow of street lamps. But there was no sign of her. By this point, their concern turned into outright fear. That same night, they reported Arushi as missing at the local police station. The search and discovery. The police wasted no time, knowing that every passing hour could be crucial. Initial searches focused on the Yamuna River banks, but as dawn broke, there was still no trace of Arushi. By August 16, the search expanded. Arushi's family made desperate appeals to the community for help, sharing her photos on social media. The case quickly gained attention, and volunteers joined the police in combing through remote trails, riverbanks, and vacant lots. Several witnesses recalled seeing a young woman playing the sitar by the river the previous afternoon, but no one had noticed anything unusual. However, no security cameras in the area had captured her movements. Then, on the morning of August 17, 2023, the search took a heartbreaking turn. At around 8:00 a.m., a group of fishermen rowing along the Yamuna River noticed something unusual partially buried in the mud near the riverbank, about 2 kilometers from the Yamuna Bridge. At first, they thought it was an animal, but upon closer inspection, they realized it was a human body. Horrified, they immediately alerted the authorities. Police quickly arrived and identified the body. It was Arushi Patel. Her remains bore clear evidence of a brutal attack. There were deep strangulation marks on her neck, suggesting she had been killed using a rope. Bruises covered her body, and there were disturbing signs of sexual assault. Nearby, police found her belongings, her sitar, an open handbag missing her phone and wallet, and scattered personal items, including her sketchbook and water bottle. A small blood-stained handkerchief and strange shoe prints in the mud provided the first real clues to the perpetrator. The grim discovery sent shockwaves through Agra. The city, once peaceful, was now gripped by fear and outrage. The investigation and the suspect. Forensic analysis of the evidence, including DNA from the handkerchief and fingerprints found on Arushi's sitar, quickly pointed to a suspect, Rajesh Kumar. Rajesh Kumar, born in 1985, was a laborer with a violent past. He had a history of anger issues, especially regarding romantic relationships. In 2011, he was convicted of murdering his girlfriend, Shailin Verma, after a heated argument. Strangling her in a fit of jealousy, he was sentenced to 12 years in prison. However, due to good behavior, Rajesh was released early in August 2023, just weeks before Arushi's murder. His swift reoffending sparked nationwide outrage. On August 18, after gathering strong evidence linking Rajesh to the crime, police launched a manhunt. They traced him to a makeshift camp along the Yamuna River, about 15 kilometers from the crime scene. A special task force raided the camp at dawn, catching Rajesh off guard. He did not resist arrest. During interrogation, Rajesh confessed. He admitted to being drunk that night and approaching Arushi under the pretense of asking for money. When she refused, he became aggressive. He assaulted her, dragged her into the bushes, and strangled her to death. To cover his crime, he buried her in the mud and fled with her belongings. Rajesh's chilling lack of remorse and the brutality of his actions led to an outcry for the harshest punishment. Justice for Arushi. Rajesh Kumar was formally charged with murder, sexual assault, and robbery. The case moved swiftly through the legal system due to its severity and public pressure. As of now, Arushi's family and the people of Agra demand justice for the bright young girl whose dreams were stolen. Her story remains a tragic reminder of the dangers faced by women and the need for stronger laws to protect them. May Arushi Patel rest in peace, and may her story inspire change. That's the end of this tragic case. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe. Justice for Arushi Patel.